Arsenal have just embarrassed West Ham United. 5-2 at the London Stadium. What a first half of football. From a neutral fan's perspective, that first half was absolutely insane. Absolutely flipping insane. A worldie of a free kick from West Ham. Some of the play from Arsenal was just ridiculous. Martin Ødegaard, he's such a difference in this Arsenal side. And that's now 3 games, 3 good performances, 13 goals in 3 games. And they've really put themselves in a good position. It is really, really hot here in Orlando. It's 28 degrees at the moment, or 25 degrees in this car where I'm recording this. Make sure you go down and drop a like on the video. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. We are steamrolling away towards 32k, and we could use your support. So go down, drop a like, let me know your thoughts on the game. West Ham 2, Arsenal 5. And look, going into this game, obviously there's a huge game tomorrow, Liverpool versus City, in a game in which, I guess if you're an Arsenal fan, I don't really know, do you want a Manchester City win to kind of lock Liverpool off their horse a little bit? Do you want a draw to kind of stay ahead of Manchester City? Obviously, you don't want a Liverpool win to push that gap back to 9 points. But they go into this game today. None of the big 6 have played yet. Man United, Spurs, Chelsea, and of course, Liverpool and City play tomorrow. And Arsenal go into this game, and I thought, when I saw the lineup, I thought, nah, there is absolutely no way that that West Ham are going to do anything. And Gabriel, again, this guy is a cheat code. He is an absolute cheat code in the air. You know, set pieces, everyone that criticised Arsenal and said, you know, these set pieces, it can't carry on. It's, you know, they are going to get found out. They can't rely on them. Well, Arsenal have scored again from set pieces. Gabriel gets a goal against Sporting midweek, a goal tonight, a goal against Manchester City at the Etihad, a goal against Spurs, unfortunately for us, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And he scores again today, and it was a really, really good delivery from Bukayo Saka. I thought Saka had a really good game. And then Gabriel just kind of flicks it on into the middle of the net and makes it 1-0. And then that was it. I was like, West Ham looked so poor that opening 25 minutes. So poor. Lopetegui, I think he's the Spanish version of David Moyes. I don't think they look any better. I think they actually look worse since Lopetegui has come in. And Arsenal took full advantage of that and were really, really good. And the football they played for the second goal is just Martin Ødegaard. Like, this guy is absolutely phenomenal. He really, really is. It's an unbelievable bit of football, that. It's a lovely little dink over the top of that West Ham back line. And there is Bukayo Saka, unselfishly puts it across the box into Leandro Trossard's path and makes it 2-0 in 25 minutes for Arsenal. And I'll be honest, it could have been that first half, that first, 35 minutes. It could have been 6 at one point for Arsenal. West Ham just absolutely shell-shocked that first 25 minutes. They were giving Declan Rice a bit of stick, which, of course, you know, you'd expect from West Ham. But they had, you know, Bowen was non-existent the first 30 minutes. David Raya didn't have to make a save. And then, you know, they get a third. I think Saka is brought down in a penalty area. It looked a bit soft at first, but it is a penalty. And Martin Ødegaard steps up. Fair play to Saka. He gives the ball to Ødegaard. Ødegaard gets on the score sheet. And they go 3-0 up. And they were absolute cruise control. They were in dreamland. I mean, you think Arsenal in just under 2 hours, or just over 2 hours of football on the London Stadium at West Ham's ground, they scored 11 goals in just over 2 hours or something. The commentator was saying they won there, 6-0 last year. They were 6-0 up in 60 minutes. Everyone said this Arsenal team can't score goals. Everyone said their attack isn't as good as City's or isn't as good as Liverpool's. And while, don't get me wrong, Liverpool are the team to beat right now, but I did say a few days ago on the channel that I feel Arsenal are one of the only teams out there. I don't think they're the only team that potentially can catch Liverpool. And of course, if City go and win there tomorrow, it opens up the title race a lot more. But Liverpool are definitely the team to beat. And Arsenal, with performances like today, performances against Sporting, performances against Nottingham Forest, it almost feels like, I said this against the game after Sporting, it almost feels like last season when they had this time out in Dubai, and they come back and they were smashing goals past everyone. It kind of feels like that now. Of course, they've got Manchester United midweek. I do think they're going to go out and put a few goals past United as well. And I don't think they leave London now in terms of the games they're playing, the commentator was saying, until, you know, the end of December. I think they've got Palace in the league and the Cup. I think they've got Fulham away coming up. They've got Man United at home. They've got, I think they play Brentford at home as well. There's a lot of games which Arsenal, you know, will score plenty of goals. And I think they've got Everton at home coming up as well. And of course, they get a fourth goal, which was a Bukayo Saka penalty. I thought Ødegaard, Bukayo Saka were absolutely sublime today. Absolutely sublime. Sorry, the fourth goal was from Kai Havertz. I think the fifth goal was from Saka. Ødegaard wins the ball back. It goes into Trossard's path. He hits a first time left-footed over the top, completely cuts that West Ham backline open, runs onto it, and it's a good finish from Kai Havertz. And Kai Havertz has been criticised a lot since he's been in an Arsenal shirt. Does he have the finishing ability? Is he good enough to lead the line for Arsenal? Does he perform, you know, well enough in some of the bigger games? Well, I think Kai Havertz has had a relatively good start. What are we, a third of the way through the season? I think he's had a good start to the campaign, both in the Champions League. Obviously, he scored a couple of goals there, and he scored again today, and it was a good finish. And then about 5 minutes of absolute madness from West Ham where, you know, there was a ball played in from Solar, the Argentine central midfielder, completely cuts Arsenal's backline open. Leandro Trossard just caught sleeping. And fair play to Wan-Bissaka because it's a good finish. Not the most likely of candidates to score goals, but that's 2 in 2 now for him. Of course, he scored at St James's Park on Monday night, where West Ham won 2-0 against Newcastle. I think that goal was avoidable. You know, Trossard is caught slipping a little bit there. You know, on another day, they clear that. The free kick, I don't really think you can criticise Arsenal too much. Yes, they shouldn't have given it away, but you can concede a free kick at any minute of any game, and that is a moment of absolute magic from Ederson. It really, really is. Keeper's got absolutely no chance. David Raya, as great as a goalkeeper is, he has got no chance getting a hand on that. That is just a moment of magic. You can't really criticise David Raya for that. It's his best efforts, but he doesn't get there. And, you know, Arsenal then get a fifth, and this is all in one half, where Gabriel is brought down from Fabianski. Saka puts the ball in. Gabriel is punched in the head from Fabianski. At first, I didn't think it was a penalty, but then seeing it back, I think it was a penalty. And Arsenal then, you know, Ødegaard gives the ball back to Saka. Saka steps up, scores, makes it a goal and 2 assists this game for him. Really, really convincing performance. Ødegaard played well. Kai Havertz, Trossard. This Arsenal team is, at the moment, since the last 3 games, is firing on all cylinders. I think that's a really, really strong performance. You know, it's back-to-back games scoring 5 goals. Both games away from home as well. Manchester United midweek. And I thought Mikel Arteta's game management in that second half, knowing when to bring off Martin Ødegaard, knowing when to bring off Bukayo Saka. I thought he got it really, really spot on today. Of course, Marino and Thomas Partey were injured, so they had to go over midfield of Jorginho, Ødegaard and Rice. Not the best of performances from Declan Rice, if we're being brutally honest. I thought the front three were really good in Havertz, Saka and Trossard, and they all scored. I thought when Arsenal have got Martin Ødegaard in this side, he just makes things look easier. There's more of a natural flow to the football match. And I just think that he was really, really good today. You know, he got his goal from the penalty spot. You know, he makes them tick. He's absolutely everything. And look, I put a video out about a week ago, maybe 5 days ago, saying Arsenal should still believe they can win the title. And of course, it's only 3 games since I've made that video. They did beat Nottingham Forest. They did beat Sporting. And they have beaten West Ham United away. Manchester United is going to be an interesting one. Ruben Amorim, of course, won yesterday against Bodo Glimt, 3-2. Man United should have had a couple more goals there. But look, I do think Arsenal will beat Man United. I'm not going to lie. I think it's so early on in Ruben Amorim's time at Man United to expect them to go to the Emirates and score, goals like that. I thought it was brutally honest, I think Arsenal will win. Now, tomorrow's game, absolutely massive. Liverpool versus Manchester City. It's huge because Liverpool can keep 9 points separating first and second. It's huge because Manchester City could be on the verge of losing 6 of their last 7 games. They are at the moment 6 games without a win. They are bottling leads. They are not scoring as many goals as they once were. They're not winning football matches. They look a shadow of the side we have seen in recent times. Now, from looking at this from a neutral perspective for the title race, you would hope that Manchester City beat Liverpool and kind of opens up this title race a little bit more. I honestly think Liverpool will win this game. If looking at it from the way Arsenal fans will look at it, they'll probably be hoping Manchester City go out there and get the win. Now, if Liverpool beat Manchester City, they are 11 points clear of them, and they are 9 points clear of Arsenal. I don't see a world in which Manchester City pull back 11 points. I think that is just... it's too far. I know it's so early, but Manchester City have got big problems right now. They're leaking goals defensively. They don't look organised. Yes, they're scoring goals, but they're not holding on to leads. They're not winning football matches. And even when they are winning football matches, they're only beating the Southamptons 1-0. They're only beating the Fulhams 3-2. They're only beating teams narrowly. Wolves 2-1 away. You look at Arsenal today, they've just gone and battered West Ham. They've just battered Sporting midweek, and they battered Nottingham Forest. So when I said a few days ago that I think Arsenal are the only side that can stop this Liverpool team, I honestly believe that. Arsenal today looked for about a 35-minute period, they looked absolutely sublime. Some of the football they were playing with Martin Ødegaard and Saka, Gabriel again, what's that, 24, 23 goals from set pieces from him, something like that, an Arsenal shirt. But the title race is going to be... tomorrow's game, for me, is the biggest game of the Premier League season so far. And I mean that in the sense of Manchester City could be out of the title race. Liverpool could extend their gap to 9 points over Arsenal and 11 points over Manchester City. And could we be sitting here after 14 games saying Manchester City are out of a title race? From looking at it from Arsenal's perspective, I guess you want City to win. But do I see a world in which City go up there and beat Liverpool the way they're playing? They've beaten... if you look at their home record this season, they've won every single game other than one game against Nottingham Forest. They've beaten Villa. They've beaten Chelsea at home. They've beaten Villa. They've beaten Leverkusen. They've beaten West Ham. They've beaten Brighton. Liverpool at the moment are definitely the team to beat. But it's going to be very, very interesting. Of course, Arsenal's next 2 or 3 games, they're winnable. They've got Manchester United midweek. They've got Fulham away coming up. They've got Arsenal play Everton at the Emirates. This is a run of games where I think now that Arsenal can go out there and try and chop down this gap and try and close this gap down. Liverpool have got Newcastle United away coming up. They're not... it wouldn't surprise me if Newcastle sacked Eddie Howe anytime kind of soonish. But look, it's going to be a fascinating title race. It's a long, long way to go. And I think after tomorrow, it's going to be down to 2 teams. But you never know. It would be something of City to go and beat Liverpool at Anfield. I just, at this moment in time, I don't see it. I really, really don't. The festive period's coming up. Of course, Arsenal have got a Champions League game against Monaco. Liverpool have got a Champions League game against Girona away. And I think Manchester City plays Juventus away. So look, those 3 games are going to be really, really interesting. Of course, you've got the League Cup coming up as well. Arsenal play Crystal Palace, and then they play Palace in the league afterwards. And Liverpool play Southampton. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Arne Slot, how Arteta, how Pep kind of rotate their squad during this busy period. I know it's always busy, but right now, You know, of course, Arsenal play Man United and then a Premier League game. Liverpool have got a midweek game as well. Then another Premier League game. And the fixtures are coming, you know, thick and fast. Who do you think, like, let me know down below. Do you think Liverpool win the league? Do you think it's Arsenal? Do you think Arsenal or City can catch Liverpool? Do you think Liverpool will slip up? You know, that was a strong team performance today from Arsenal. You know, pressure's on you. All your rivals play tomorrow. Spurs play tomorrow. Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool play City. The world is watching. And you've scored 5 goals in the first half. And fair play to Arteta, because the second half he took off Saka and he took off Ødegaard, trying to wrap them up in cotton wool. He brought in Saka and Jesus. And they still had some decent opportunities. Saka and Jesus both had an opportunity. They put them both in the side netting. Havertz, I think he played the full 90 as well. He brought on Zinchenko for Calafiori. He also took off Martin Ødegaard and brought on Wanyeri to give him a little run out. It's just such a shame. Looking at it from a footballing perspective, I would like to see Wanyeri given more game time. He does look one hell of a talent. But when you've got Martin Ødegaard in front of you, it's kind of hard for the manager. I do expect he will play maybe 60, 70 minutes against Crystal Palace in the League Cup game. And look, both Arne Slot and Arteta could face each other in the League Cup final, which is coming up very, very soon. I think it's January or February time, which is only a couple of months away. It's the 1st of December tomorrow, which is just absolutely insane to me, how quick this year is going. But look, Arsenal win 5-2 away at the London Stadium. Liverpool versus City tomorrow. Of course, Tottenham versus Fulham tomorrow. Lots of match reactions coming your way tomorrow. So make sure you have subscribed. Make sure you like the video. And let me know your thoughts down below on West Ham 2, Arsenal 5. And do you think Arsenal can catch Manchester City? I am out.